Hi there, this is Ghostwheel and welcome to my morning session of Kiki. The time is just 2 o'clock server time, and this video won't be about Guild Wars. It's just going to be a quick video about how to efficiently upgrade costumes with relatively low costs. Now this last patch that we had on Wednesday is a major update for PvP because of the fixed affixes. Costumes give you tons of critical resist, and this one gives you both critical damage resist and critical rate resist, so it's really good to upgrade. And what I'm going to do in this video is to use my body piece as an example of how to upgrade without using option transfer tickets as well. Right, let's have a look at PvP, and you can see my body piece at the moment is relatively old piece. It has critical damage resist, but notice that I only have one fixed affix enhanced, and that's chance to recover HP on hit. That's pretty good for PvP, but what I want to do is to essentially upgrade the body piece but keep that HP on hit affix. And I just bought just one pack. I got 3 immortals, which is pretty cool, 2 body pieces, and I think it's an ornamental piece. Now just having a quick look at where's the, yeah, that's this body piece already came with increased PvP, increased damage and reduced melee damage, so I essentially want the same affixes on my main body piece, but with the upgraded costume. How am I going to do that without using option transfers? Right, the first thing to do is to replace out affixes on the right hand side to match the left, and that's how you transfer affixes around. What I'm going to do is to first look at a way to get reduced PvP damage on the right hand side, and let's do that by examining all the costumes that I have already. I used to write this down on a piece of paper, but the easiest way to examine your costumes is just to click on enhance option and click on reduce PvP damage, and then basically on the right hand side you can see all the costumes that you have which allows that has that affix. I eventually had a look through costumes, and I can see 2 costumes that are viable. I can use this this legendary is good. This is good because my nurse's uniform, immortal uniform, already has increased damage, so this reduced PvP damage will go straight into will replace straight into the costume. Alternatively, I have this one that's already in level 20, and that's slightly higher at 4.6, but what I'll need to do here to put that across to my nurse's uniform is to replace the increased defense and increased movement to match the nurse's uniform, and then I could put reduced PvP damage. But I'm not going to do that. I think 4.28 is fine. I can probably enhance that later on. A cheaper way, of course, is just to put in an epic directly. They actually go quite high, you know, I think right up to 4% potentially for epics. That's the easiest way, really, just sticking an epic straight in. But I want a nice high value, and I'm just going to stick this legendary in, and I'll do that right now. Right, let's go back to the nurse's uniform and go to replace option. I'm just going to replace the melee damage. I'm not going to do damage because that legendary has damage, and it has to be melee damage, so that you'll see in a moment. Let's go to that legendary nurse's uniform. Where is it? 4.28. You can see now if you had lots of random affixes, then then when you use a replace option, it randomly picks an option from the bottom, but you can only see one listed in the bottom, so I'm definitely going to have reduced PvP damage that's going to go up to the top. So I'm going to use 300,000 gold. It gets very expensive here, and there we go. That's the nurse's uniform with both PvP damages sorted. Now I'm just going to take off this old body piece, unlock it, and you can see I have 2 matching affixes in that old body piece, which can go here. Right, I'm going to replace the increased damage now. Replace option, increase damage, there, replace option, and do essentially the same thing. Let's look for that old body piece. Level 20, where is it? There we go. And you can see it's there's only one option, which is chance to recover the HP on hit. That's the enhanced version, which will replace the increased damage. Another 300,000 gold. That's the main body piece sorted, and you just essentially do the same thing with the rest of the other costumes. Now the thing to bear in mind is that once you start enhancing more than one option, you will need to use option transfer tickets if you do that. So say if I started increasing PvP damage, then to get the 2 enhanced options across, I need to use a transfer ticket first, and then do what I did earlier to transfer the last enhanced thing. So for those who are on a budget, I would recommend to keep up with costumes, only enhance one affix in the costume. But if you have spare transfer tickets, you can perhaps look into enhancing maybe 2. It gets very expensive in tickets if you start enhancing all 3 of them. Otherwise you might need to destroy some of the affixes. Right, I'm just going to equip that. Nice. Right, one thing to bear in mind is some things like the cloak and the wing, you can get away with enhancing all 3 affixes because they don't refresh as often as costumes, and when you do refresh, it's not that major an upgrade, so you can kind of get away with enhancing the options in these 2 slots, which is what I did with my Kiki. Alright, thanks for watching this short tutorial about costumes, and I would recommend everybody who plays a lot of PvP to upgrade as soon as you can to these new costumes. They're really great. Okay, thanks again. Catch you folks later.